What it do, what it do. This video is subscribe if you believe in God. Now, let me start by saying I'm not a fully religious type person, and a lot of people know what I mean when I say a fully religious person. I'm a regular black man, I'm 49 years old, and yes, I do believe that there is a God, right? So, one of my reels I put up, right? I had one little comment. I was like, oh, I got my little comment. Let me see what it says. And, my clothing brand is, God and me, we cool, right? And he simply said, how can you be cool with God, right? And I was like, oh, so I was like, I was like, as soon as I thought about it, like, hey, why you got to think about it? Just, right? So I just simply said, hey, it's just all about just having your own relationship with God. A lot of people don't go to church like that. I don't even go to church like that. We are here. We all are here because of something, someone. For the atheist, even if you say it ain't God, who is it? It's somebody. It's something, But I simply just say, hey, I talk to him. I kick it with him, I know he got my back, got my side, got my front. And, we cool like that. Instead of just having it the old school, or, we know what it is. I don't have to even go into full details. We know the people that say, the people that are fully religious. I'm not a fully religious person. I do go to church. It do feel good, God always say, he forgive our sins, and I do truly believe that. I'm a sinner. I do my best not to be a sinner, but I do understand we all sin. And I like to have fun, And a lot of times I didn't, got smacked on my hand, happy that God was there, happy he protected me, you know what I'm saying? So I call this video, subscribe, if you believe in God, because we have a lot of people that don't believe in God. A lot of pastors will say, yeah, we're supposed to fully believe in God and have our behind in church and this and that and that and this. I'm always going to be like, hey, sometimes God don't want all of us to be in church like that. Not all the time, not 24/7. I feel I'm doing God's work by being out here on the street, now doing my little interviews and stuff like that. I do understand that it's a lot of therapy. I know I'm having with myself, but it's a lot of therapy for the people that I do interview. I'm not just doing drug addicts. I'm not just doing prostitutes. I'm not just doing homeless people. I'm doing everyday people, and my journey so far has been good. Yes, I've been bumping my head, try to buy this little camcorder, a nice affordable one. And I didn't like the mic with it, and trying to hook it up, take the SD card out and put it in your computer. I haven't been liking, how long it been taking. I'm not finna boost my Wi-Fi to make it go even faster. I feel like the speed I got it in and what I'm paying for is good enough. So I haven't been really liking the camcorder, but at the same time, I've been loving my phone I've been using, I'm like, hey, let me get another phone and either get a lower phone or an update phone, you know what I'm saying, newer than what I have now. Right now, the phone I got now is like, it's 3 more versions, you know what I'm saying, and gang to boost. I'm still gonna be boost, you know what I'm saying. Maybe one day I might, be the the apple with a bite out of his head type thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm happen to be wearing a green. I don't deal with the red apples. I deal with the green apples. So, but like I say, February 11th, man, I was happy that God had that will. He was beside me. I blacked out, man. Like, come on, I blacked out. Oh man, that. On my way home, boy, that was crazy. I don't even remember it, but just the outcome, I'm like, But ever since then, I said I was going to be doing interviews. I've been enjoying it, bumping my head, voice too high, too low. I had this one female I interviewed and everything. She was trying to, do other things, and Dion would have been cool with that back in the day, but I'm like, nah, I'm on my business right now. Sorry, baby girl, and this and that. And thankfully, you know, she was able to finally get out my car and this and that and that and this. And I was like, here you go. I blame myself. I say, here you go, Dion, putting yourself in another situation again where, you know, you're dealing with these little crazy females and stuff. And my mama said back in the day, Dion, you always doing that. You always doing that. But, you know, as a man, I do understand how easy it is to think with the wrong head sometimes. So sometimes I'll be honest with myself. That's the main problem. I can't even call it a problem, but it's the main problem that I do have. Is just being too real and too honest. Not to people, just to myself. I don't know if y'all battle that, you know what I'm saying? Comment if y'all battling and just being too real and too upfront with yourself, you know? And I every time I look at and read these things, the people that do their little videos, Christian videos and stuff like that, and talk about the chosen one, I strongly feel I am the chosen one, because I be by myself. You know, the company I have around me now is people that, you know, ain't afraid of the camera. You know, I talk to my sisters and everything. They in another city, and they was already like, I ain't trying to be doing that interviewing thing. I ain't even been around. I was just saying, hey, one day when I see you and we happen to hook up and everything, that's something I would love to do. I can't even get mad at them, you know, because like I said, before my DUI last year, I was, nah, man, forget all about that. I ain't trying to jump on nobody's camera and be on nobody's YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, somebody's reel, somebody's story, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be on that. But I feel like, you know, from both directions, you know, mainly God, but both directions, meaning God and my clothing brand, man, I'm getting beat up by them every day. I ain't gonna lie. They beating my behind, you know. They mainly beating my behind to be like, hey, get your behind on YouTube, right? And I don't have no problem, you know, shouting out certain people like the lady DoDash. She been really doing her thing, you know. I actually sent her a comment like, hey, it's amazing how, you know, your eyes never lie. You know, you see the truth. You believe what she's saying. You know God is coming through, you know, out her mouth. You clearly see that in her eyes, in her face, and all the words that she was saying. Somebody that's just simply delivering food, and then all of a sudden, you know, now they quit that and now they doing YouTube full time. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I ain't gonna lie. And then right before I actually made this video, I'm up here like, hey, you know, I was just watching somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like I always do. It don't matter if it was a rapper or, you know, somebody established as a rapper or even just a local rapper, right? I treat them the same. I give them I treat them the same. I'll give both people a chance, whether you on and popping or you just a local rapper. No difference than the YouTube. Somebody with the high amount and then even the low. I'm talking about low, you know, 0 views, 1 views. I'm pushing on it. I'm going to push a comment, you know. There's always going to be people that pop up, you know what I'm saying? And right before I did this video, it was this guy named, oh my God, forgot already. I'm going to put it in the comment. I know it's explicit. Last name explicit. Forgot. What was the first name? I'm going to put it in the comment. But yeah, I listened to him and he was just, you know, just keeping it real, you know, talking about views and all that type of stuff. And I understand and believe in the light, right? The light is something that you will hear, you will see, somebody that just comes right before you. Regardless if you're watching them or you just happen to be out and about or you just run into them. It's all about understanding that light. I felt like he was that light right then and there. I'm just simply watched him and like, okay, you know, go ahead and push the subscribe button. And as I'm watching him, what come to my mind? I'm like, hey, Dion, do you a video real quick. which I somewhat been doing, not by myself. I've been doing all my interview videos and stuff. Check them out. I know where I'm lacking at. I know I done did some shaking and with the camera. I done jumping from phone to camcorder and everything. But watching him, bing, let me do a video call. Subscribe if you believe in God. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I thought about I'm like, Dion, what's the worst thing that can happen? Do it. It ain't nothing stopping you. Just get up and do it. But I do understand the reason why people don't go to church. Hopefully I can change a lot of people's minds, because like I say, I do go to church a little bit. I don't go as much. I feel like I am the angel out in the street that's doing God's work. This is what he want me to do. If it took for the DUI to happen, if it took for me to start the clothing brand, for me to be even right now talking to y'all behinds, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it is what it is, God pointed me in a direction and pew, I'm going. So it's a lot of other stuff I'll be thinking about, but I'll be like, but I do understand the things that God be doing. I know a lot of it be effed up on my behalf, whether it's a female or drinking or something. I get it, but even while I do them things and like I say, got smacked on the hand because of those things, I do go out my way to be like, what was the purpose, or what can be the outcome? Yeah, something bad happened. When I had that DUI, something bad happened, but I was already in handcuffs. I was like, hey, I know what I got to do. Keep it moving, da-da-da-da. And yeah, you already walking, you're doing your little turtle, Now you need to not necessarily rabbit it, but you need to take that turtle and times it by 8 or 9 or something, you know what I'm saying? Not as fast as a rabbit, but at least enough that the turtle is kind of going way faster than what it was going, So, like I say, man, like, subscribe, comment, if you believe in God. I'm doing stuff. I ain't trying to be negative. I'm out here being positive. My videos, I'm doing my best, I got one called that's coming. I'm gonna call it Country Joe. He about to be that one. I feel like, that's gonna kind of bring him out. And, he got like a good 4 or 5 shorts that's in there that I'm just gonna put out, He got chickens and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? He's like a light that became, that got in front of me. And that light been around me for years. But I didn't know what to do with the light. Not saying I'm supposed to do something with the light, but now that I'm in the content form of my life, due to God and what he's telling me and what he wants me to do, I'm going to help shed that light. Just like that, I think it was King Explicit. Was it King? I think it was King Explicit. Yeah, I think it was King Explicit. King Explicit. And then I've been watching Doe Dash. Love her, And of course, there's a lot of other content creators, but as of late, Doe Dash been that main one. And then King Exhibit just popped up on my. When I say this, you watching this video, just understand, like 10, 15 minutes ago, he was just popped up, and I was like, that's when, he wasn't doing nothing special. He's just, in my eyes, was just being a regular dude, doing content. But I was able to watch him, and I was able to F with him. I was able to believe him. I was able to like his video. I was able to subscribe to his video. And what popped in my head was, hey, do a video called, subscribe if you believe in God. And I love the fact that people be telling me while we're doing the interview that, yeah, they ain't got no church to go to, this and that and that and this. And I'll be happy to conversate with them. I'm happy to tell them that, yeah, I do go to this Mornings with Man within like 2 more sessions or whatever meets. I'll be graduating, I don't go to church like that, but just this year, from January all the way to now, I have been inside of a church at least more than 20-some times. And that's way more than within the last 20 years. So the last 20 years, I didn't added all them 20 years all to just this 1 year, the amount of times I've been in church. I get it. I understand it. I feel the same way too. But still, get your behind in church. Go. One time, here and there. Shout out to Shonda, you know. She say, hey, get them kids in church, you know. Just do you. Feel good. I get it. Atheist people, you know, hopefully you will turn around. My boy Dan at work was like, yeah, let's see who they praying for when they on a deathbed and this and that. I mean, it's the truth. You know, something effed up could happen, and yeah, I believe you will be hollering for God. I know you would. Or you just want to die, then okay. Life didn't mean nothing. Okay, do you. But subscribe if you believe in God. I love y'all. Clothes the brand God in me, we cool if you want to rock it. You know, this ain't on a site, but at the same time, you know, it's something I'm always gonna make something different, one of a kind type thing, you know. And I love y'all and be safe.